Joe Manganiello, good to see you, brother.
Division III, unfortunately. Yeah.
Joe Manganiello of True Blood fame, Magic Mike, soon to be Magic Mike XXL, joining me here. Rocking, for those in the radio audience, an old school Steelers that's the Bumblebee
The
Steeler
Bumblebee look, yeah.
throwback. Rocking your Big Ben number 7.
Kind of camouflages the arm brace.
The arm brace. Now, again, this is a Magic Mike related injury, Magic Mike XXL related injury.
This is a male stripping related injury, yes.
We've never had one of those on the show.
I don't think there's ever been one in history until me.
And so this happened on the set?
This happened on the set, yeah, man. Stripping ain't easy. It's a man's game.
What'd you do? You popped your bicep? Is that what you did?
Yeah, I had surgery to repair a bicep.
But that didn't put you on IR, did it?
No,
you had to keep shooting.
I played the season out.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah, brought me back to my old football days.
How pumped are you for your Steelers playoff game Saturday night?
I'm so pumped that I'm going to head there for the game.
You're going?
Oh yeah, got to get back.
Nice, good living. So what do you think though? Because Le'Veon Bell is iffy at best, and I know you're always up on your Steelers news. You know that.
The addition of Ben Tate, I think is going to help. I mean, that's obviously a talented running back, and it's not like we were going to sign Ray Rice for this game. So Ben Tate becomes the best available.
Right.
I think. I think we can pull it off. You look at the way our offensive line is played. They remind me of our very mobile, very quick, pulling offensive line of the 90s when we had all those incredible rushers, whether it was, Jerome or, Willie Parker, even Barry Foster. We had this really fast kind of pulling line as opposed to like the old Cowboys line that was this huge, giant wall of linemen, and they remind me of that. Look at like Josh Harris. They threw him in, and on his first carry, ripped off a 60-yard run. I mean,
it was called back.
It was called back, but you see the potential that the line has for creating holes, and I think we're going to be okay. But yeah, obviously that was. That sent the shiver down every Steelers
I know, because
fan's
Le'Veon
spine.
Bell is the difference maker on this team. Because, Big Ben can only do so much, and Antonio Brown is so good, but you have to have the balance. And working with Marshall Faulk, Joe, I mean, the twinkle in his eye he gets when he talks about Le'Veon Bell is unmistakable.
He's a special player. He really is an incredible player. But, I think what was buried in the Le'Veon injury news was the fact that Ben was throwing his guts up until 10 minutes before the game started, and even after it started was running back and forth from the locker room.
Did you hear what Tomlin said pregame? Did you hear about that? I don't know if you were at your TV when he was asked about that pregame about Big Ben being sick, and he basically said, "My mom worked at the factory, and she never took a day off." So and that was it.
That's
like
a Steeler answer.
That's
like a Steeler answer. Yeah,
I mean, that's exactly. Tomlin. I mean, and yet earlier this season, I'm talking with Joe Manganiello.
Which is exactly
here.
the speech that Steven Soderbergh gave me when I started feeling that pain in my arm. He said, "Look, man, my mom worked in a factory. Get out there and strip." And I went, "Okay."
Well, he's from the Bayou. He's from the Bayou, Steven. Steven's from Saints country.
But he grew up in Beaver County. In Pittsburgh.
Yes.
So Steeler connection.
Yeah, he does have some Western PA roots. I'm here with Joe Manganiello here in studio. LeBear movie is something that you can get on iTunes, correct, and download? Or
yeah, it's actually on Netflix now and Showtime even. Yeah, it's a male stripping documentary that I directed and financed myself.
There it is.
Yeah, there it is. So it's basically like the real life Magic Mike, but I think people would be surprised to find out that most of these guys are former athletes, former football players who kind of fall into this life, and it's you get to see what being inside of a locker room is really like.
So what are you like as a fan, Joe, in the stands or wherever you're going to be watching in Pittsburgh? Are you fired up? Are you somebody that just goes introverted? What type of fan are you when you're going to be watching the Steeler game on Saturday?
I'll give you 2 examples. One, Super Bowl 43 in Tampa.
Yep.
I was there. Steelers beat the Cardinals, and Larry Fitzgerald broke off that long touchdown
right down the middle of the field,
and they took the lead. And someone in the suite I was in tried to take a picture of my face and was like that close to going over the railing. So I kind of. People said, "Oh, what a great game! It was so close." A great game to me is 50-0. Then I can speak, I can move around.
Sure.
I get kind of crazy. The other story I'll say is that the last time I was at a Steelers-Ravens game, The Ravens won on the last second. Flacco threw a touchdown in the corner of the end zone.
Yeah, Sunday nighter, I believe. Yep.
And we were on our way out to the elevator. Me and Thomas Tull, CEO of Legendary Entertainment, one of the co-owners of the Steelers, and we're on our way to the elevator. And I noticed a guy I went to high school with, and he turned around and he was wearing a Ravens coach's jacket. And
Really?
I said, "What happened to you?" And he said, "I joined the winning team, bro."
Oh my Lord.
And I said, try winning a bleeping Super Bowl this bleeping century, you bleeping, and this was before they won the one a couple years
Which
ago.
coach was this?
I don't really want to say his name.
Okay.
I don't want to give him that.
Well, it wasn't John Harbaugh.
No, but I
Okay,
mean,
good.
it could have been. I mean, you know what I mean? Like at that point.
Didn't matter.
Anybody who said that to me, yeah.
So, did you throw down?
It looked like we were going to, and it was in front of like a lot of the Rooneys, and I mean it was like all of like Steeler royalty, and I mean it was this. I mean it looked like we were gonna start this fight, and he wound up backing into the elevator and going back down, and I just turned to Thomas and said, "Look, I'm really sorry if I embarrassed you." He goes, "No, I think it's awesome, man. Are you kidding me? Some celebrity comes back to Pittsburgh and is gonna throw down with the Ravens coaching staff,"
Yeah.
and I just,
Well, but even though you are that type of fan, you're also somebody who knows the game and understands what it takes to win. How this plays out on Saturday night, what needs to happen for your team to move on? I guess it would be to Denver. You'd have to go to Denver as the 3 seed, going and moving forward.
Yeah, which I'm not afraid of that.
Well, they beat Denver to get to Detroit back in the day for the one and only Cowher Super Bowl victory.
Handily. And then, of course, that year we played against Peyton Manning in Indianapolis, which was the fumble and the tackle
my Lord.
with that, overturned Troy Polamalu interception.
To get to Detroit.
Yeah, so, and I think, the Steelers play well against Peyton. I'm not so much afraid of that. I mean, you always, your heart gets racing against the Ravens matchups because it is such a slugfest, and our teams are very much mirrors of each other. But I don't know, man. I think it's our year. I think
You do?
I really do. I think we've found a way to overcome, and you really have to give credit to the organization where, Black Monday rolls around and you have all of these firings going on.
Never happens.
Never happens. We've
Never
had 3
happens.
coaches since
Noll
long before I was
started the year I was
alive.
born in 1969.
Right.
And since then it was Cowher and then Tomlin. Although earlier this year, a lot of faithful in Western PA were saying get Tomlin out of here. That did happen this year.
And I guess that's my point is that even as bad as it gets, you learn to trust the organization. And as much as people protest and want to yell Todd Haley, they want to yell Coach Tomlin, they made the right choices.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Todd Haley's offense. It's insane. And he's doing it with, a 6th-round draft pick in Antonio Brown and, 2nd-round pick and Le'Veon and,
Right.
in this kind of line that they've put together. They've kind of rebuilt the team on the fly without high draft picks. I mean, you really have to look at the coaching staff and look at the ownership and, Thomas Tull being, another one of those people that's kind of breathed life into the organization since they've brought him in, and he's had kind of increasing responsibilities with the team, and I really think I'm stoked. This is my dynasty.
Joe Manganiello here in studio, and Evolution is a book that you can get on Amazon and a bookstore near you. But certainly as people are turning pages right now and figurative pages and getting set for
New Year's
finding
resolutions.
a new you and New Year's resolutions.
Yeah.
This book would help with that, obviously. There you are on the cover. That is not photoshopped, correct?
That is not photoshopped. No, that is as is.
It said Arnold Schwarzenegger wrote the foreword.
Yeah, Arnold wrote the foreword. He was
pretty awesome.
Good buddy of mine.
There you go.
Yeah.
Look at you, man. Joe Manganiello.
And I am, by the way, wearing
Yeah.
a deep V underneath my
As you
jersey.
did in your first
Well, you tweeted out the
appearance.
photo, Joe. You tweeted out the photo from the first appearance.
That's right, with the
Yeah.
deep V.
Yeah,
When you're
exactly.
back on the day when we were just in a small booth in the NFL Network trying to put some shows together. There is one person though who would hear your thoughts about winning in Detroit, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and say that you had some help from the Zebras, correct? Is that right, Law?
There is one.
Is he right there, or,
Okay.
or is he sitting down? Is he sitting
They're
down?
getting
yet?
ready. We're going to go to break. Maybe in the live looking for the TV audience, we can have them.
Would you mind sticking around?
Yeah.
This is it's to go toe to toe with the Seahawk fan who's going to complain about
well, I
referees.
mean, not
Not just a
Seahawk,
Seahawk
not just a
fan.
Seahawk fan. The quarterback of that team, Matt Hasselbeck, is about to join us.
Man, are we going to do this?
You want to stay right there?
Let's do this.
Okay. Joe Manganiello's here in studio.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.